Hi, this is Arnav. Welcome to the channel. Today I have Abhinav with me, who is the CEO of WandX. WandX has been the most successful ICO from India till date, and today I'm going to talk about the eyes of a founder when doing an ICO, and what are the challenges that he faced when doing an ICO, and what he sees that where is the ICO industry heading in the future. So today I'm going to talk about I have 4 or 5 questions prepared with me. And before that, Abhinav, can you give an introduction?
Sure. So I'm Abhinav. I worked at Ernst and I graduated in 2013 with an engineering degree. I worked for about a year as a research fellow. I worked for 3 years at Ernst and Young in the management consulting division, more in the supply chain analytics side. I got into blockchain as a technology in about November 2016 when I was looking at how I can offer something new to my clients by combining blockchain and supply chain. Around March of 2017 was when I bought my first Ether, and then I got into the cryptocurrency space in April, and then we kind of conducted a hackathon in May. I attended a hackathon in May where I met a couple of the teammates with whom I started working with for WandX. The idea for WandX started in June, and then we started taking it over from there.
Okay, so basically, what was the motivation behind the idea of WandX?
Yeah, so what we were working on in that hackathon was can you create a equivalent of a derivatives and securities kind of market which was there in the real world? Can you create the same for this new asset class, which is the cryptocurrency asset class?
Okay.
So what we were looking at was how do you go about creating that entirely decentralized, entirely through smart contracts? So what we thought was, it's a larger vision. Let's start with something smaller. Let's look at, can we create a simple, easy to use decentralized exchange, as well as have protocols for creating ERC20 token portfolios, as well as trading ERC20 tokens for ERC20 tokens. So we started kind of building this in July. Around September is when we really started a marketing drive. October 9th we finished the pre-sale, December 5th we finished the token sale, and now we are going to release our product tomorrow, which is a beta on the main Ethereum network. Then this whole month is going to be constant improvements and continuous upgradation to the front end.
Got it. So why is it beneficial, this decentralized exchange that you're building?
Yeah.
Why do we need that in the crypto space?
Yeah, so I believe that 2018 will be kind of the year of decentralized exchanges.
Okay.
Because trading on decentralized exchange is much more secure.
Okay.
You never part with your funds. Ideally, in certain scenarios you put in an escrow account, but in other scenarios you don't part with your funds, like our case.
Got it.
It is entirely peer-to-peer, how blockchain was designed. How, if a currency is entirely supposed to be peer-to-peer electronic cash, like the Bitcoin white paper, why do you have a central exchange in which you can buy and sell and trade between cryptocurrencies? Hence, we built this decentralized exchange. It's entirely built on Ethereum smart contracts, but kind of the longer-term vision will be to kind of decentralize the swap of any blockchain-based asset entirely peer-to-peer. So once that technology comes up, we'll kind of integrate that as well.
Okay. So why did you actually do an ICO, and why didn't you take a VC route, which is taken by normal startups?
Yeah, so two reasons. One is that we wanted to gain an initial set of users, which we felt was easier to bootstrap if you are doing if you go through the ICO route. Second is that VC funding takes time, and you have to give up equity, and most importantly, it takes a lot of time. Whereas an ICO, although right now I'd say if you have to do an ICO, you have to give yourself about 4, 5, 6 months. But earlier also it was about 3, 4 months. But you could kind of bootstrap much faster than when you go on a VC route.
Got it. So what were some challenges that you faced in the regulation side of things when you did your own ICO?
So we had a law. So we have a lawyer in India,
Okay.
a law firm in Singapore, and a law firm in the US. All certify that our token is not a security token, that it is a utility token. Once we got that entire sign off, there was a lot of kind of back and forth on the legal side as well, because even the lawyers are quite new to the space.
Got it.
And those who have been in the space even for 4-5 months tend to be extremely expensive. So hence, and regulations were changing literally every day.
Okay.
So that was their kind of some of the issues that they were facing. But then, once we got these opinions, we were quite clear on the legal side as well.
Okay. So this was actually like an ICO is a global thing. So there's no such thing as an Indian ICO or a European ICO.
Yeah.
So obviously the Indian regulations didn't matter to you. But WandX as a company is registered in Singapore or?
So it's a Singapore-based company. WandX Private Limited in Singapore.
Okay, got it. So that is around the regulations things. And what were some other challenges like in an ICO currently there is so much demand for doing an ICO, but the supply for developers, for writers, for lawyers is relatively less. The supply and the demand is very high.
Yeah.
So were there cost challenges as well that were associated?
Yeah, so basically doing an ICO is very expensive, which we learned after doing the ICO actually.
Yeah.
If you have to drive a really big marketing campaign, it would cost you $200,000 to $250,000 at a minimum. But what we realized was that kind of bootstrapping it and going through routes like a bounty program, there are different ways in which you can kind of try and get around it, but there is quite a bit of initial cost that we incurred, a lot on the legal side, a lot of it on the marketing side.
Okay.
So kind of we had to jump through those hurdles as well. I'd say right now everything is in the market. I mean, 90% of it is in the marketing.
Okay.
And how you go about that marketing is the key to kind of doing a successful ICO. The lack of since there are fewer lawyers, I think right now there aren't that many there are quite a few lawyers in fact.
Yeah.
And there are quite a few firms which help you in the marketing also. And everybody, I mean, there are quite a few people who want to do an ICO now, obviously because of the reasons I just said. It's much faster and you can kind of not give up any equity. But hence it's getting more and more expensive to do another ICO right now.
Yeah, equity, the public gets the equity, isn't it?
So, public doesn't get any equity. I have the entire equity in my company. Our team has the entire equity in our company.
Okay.
Public only gets the tokens. So, if it's a security token, they get equity or they get some form of equity. But if it's a utility token, they get tokens. And tokens are what are used in the platform. So, it could be considered similar to equity in that success of the token could be the success of the company. But they strictly don't get equity. They don't get money.
Got it. Okay. So now moving on to the next question.
Yeah.
What you have seen the ICO space grow from the last 2-3 months, and there are now almost 20-30 ICOs being launched each day or more than that. So where do you think is the ICO space headed in the future?
So I think in the future it's headed towards kind of more regulated ICOs, more established players coming into ICOs, and evolution of token economics models, and different platforms potentially for ICOs. Although I think probably Ethereum is still going to be the go-to platform. There are a couple of other platforms which are also coming up.
Like Neo, EOS.
Like Neo, EOS, Tezos, which might or might not come out. So kind of these platforms could be new platforms for ICOs for different applications that a token could have. So like an EOS is a decentralized operating system. There are a whole different set of applications which could run on that, and hence a whole different set of ICOs which would come over there. So that's where I think it's headed in 2018.
And you see that the marketing cost and the cost of doing an ICO are going to be really large.
Yeah, it's already quite high, I think.
Yeah.
That's why I think the more established players are going to start doing the ICOs from now. Those who have at least like startups who have been running for the last 2 years, or companies that potentially have some revenue, have customers. Those are the kind of people who are going to start getting into the ICO space.
Got it. So, any advice you have for people who are planning to do their own ICO in a month or in 2 months or within 6 months?
Yeah, so I'd say do it within 6 months.
Okay.
I'd say key is to grow a very strong community. Key is to do marketing, at least initially it should be quite organic, and then it can kind of go much bigger than that. Grow a really strong community around your application. Be very good in the tech. know exactly what you're going to do in the tech side. Though most tech projects will be delayed, of course, 1 or 2 months is okay, but don't delay like 6 months or 1 year. And kind of know exactly why you're doing the token, what token use will be, and have a good roadmap for the next 2 years, and then I think that would be kind of classified as a good ICO.
And do you see that the VC funding versus ICO, what do you see the future would be?
So, because the ICOs are becoming expensive, I think still you need kind of like a seed fund, but it would work differently potentially, because somebody who will give you, say, $250,000 to do an ICO might want 10% of the tokens for a $5 million or $10 million ICO. And hence he gets that initial, he gets a quick 1.5x or 2x. Whereas on a VC road, you invest in a company, you have to wait for that company to grow, or you have to wait for a Series A or a Series B, and then you might have to exit. And your time for exit is longer, whereas an ICO, that time is much shorter, and it could potentially become a larger return. And hence, I think there will be funds that switch to saying, okay, you want to do an ICO, let me hear your idea. If it sounds good, I might give you money to start your ICO.
There are such funds currently as well.
Yeah, there are crypto hedge funds are there, but they more invest in coins and tokens. In India, I don't know of any such fund.
Okay, thanks a lot, Abhinav, for showing up, and thanks a lot for your insights. Yeah, and I'd like to thank springroll.com for providing the office space for this video. And please like the video if you learned something, and subscribe to the channel for future videos in Bitcoin, blockchain, ICOs, and cryptocurrencies. Okay, bye-bye.